There was a wonderful book that was written about, it's called Saints I Have Known, or something like that. And the title of this article about St. Ignatius was, Ignatius Found God Everywhere. And here's what it says. It says, Ignatius found God everywhere, in the poor, in prayer, in Mass, in his fellow Jesuits, in his work, and most touchingly, on the balcony of the Jesuit house in Rome, where he loved to gaze up silently at the stars at night. During these times, he would shed tears in wonder and adoration. His emotional responses to the presence of God in his life. So let me read it to you again. Ignatius found God everywhere. In the poor, in prayer, in the Mass, in his fellow Jesuits, in his work, and most touchingly, on the balcony of the house in Rome, where he loved to gaze up silently at the stars at night. During these times, he would shed tears in wonder and adoration. Okay? Now, here's what I think. I don't know this for sure, but I strongly suspect. See, these saints, David, Ignatius, Loyola, they were in an objective state. They were in a state of objectivity where they could realize and understand and comprehend. See, you can't find God in study, but you can realize God. Another example, Brother Lawrence. Brother Lawrence one day was walking in the forest and he saw a tree. And the tree had no leaves upon it. It was wintertime. And he looked at that tree. And then he realized, see, that's the word, he realized. He realized that the tree was not dead. He realized that soon, in the spring, the tree would sprout leaves and flowers, blossoms, see, and come to life in beautiful splendor to provide shade and a resting place for the birds. Okay? And he saw all of that in a lightning flash when he looked at that tree. And in that lightning flash, he realized God's genius. He realized God's patience, God's wisdom. He realized all of that in a lightning flash. See? That's what we were created for, to wander on the journey of discovery through God's wonderful universe, discovering of Him. Everything will remind us of Him and His greatness and His goodness and His patience. See? So there you have examples. David loved God. David said, in one of the Psalms said, how I love your laws. David loved the laws. See? He loved God. He loved the beauty, the justice, the perfection, the wisdom in God's laws. And Loyola, gazing at the stars, had awe and wonder and adoration of the marvels of God and His handiwork. Okay? And Brother Lawrence, when he saw that tree, realized God's patience and wisdom. So it's like that. See? So here's the thing. So one of the things that I try to do in these lectures is to make you aware of the fact that there is such a state, that you have fallen from it. You had it, you were close to it when you were a little child, and you fell from it. That's what I talk about in all my lectures and my books and my radio program. But in this little lecture here, I want to make you aware of how this state, this meditative state, a little bit of detachment, that's all you need. You need to find it. Now, some people find moments of it. Okay? And but if you could find it all the time, see, to the point that you always are objective. And then if you find yourself falling into excessive thought, or worrying, or getting lost in something, you immediately notice it, and then you snap out. It's like when you're driving. You know how when you're driving and all of a sudden you get lost in a daydream and then you drive right past the exit you were supposed to take? Well, then now if you get to meditation and you learn how to find this objective state, then you're driving down the freeway and then all of a sudden you're lost in a daydream, but then you snap out right away. You notice you're lost in a daydream and snap out, and now you're back in the present again, see? So I want to talk a little bit more about Loyola, sitting on the balcony and gazing at the stars and realizing things about God and experiencing awe and wonder. Now, there's something about looking up. In the Bible, it says, lift up your eyes. There's a little experiment now, or when you're done watching this video. You can be sitting in a chair and pick a spot on the wall above your eye level, spot on the wall, okay? And then just gaze at it. Okay? Just gaze at it, just stare at it, sort of defocus and gaze at that spot. And when you do, when your eyes turn up, okay, you turn your eyes up and look at that spot above, and your peripheral vision opens up. As you're looking at that spot, you see a much wider peripheral vision. It's amazing. There's something about looking up that opens up your peripheral vision. So there's something about that. So I think that the little meditation that I have where you close your eyes and you look at the inside of your eyelids, I think it's the same thing. And I think that you find that you are, your mind, your being, your soul somehow, just by that little thing, it facilitates. It's just a little mechanical thing, okay? But it facilitates defocusing, defixating. It facilitates being in the detached state. Okay? So you might try that. It's fun. And then try the meditation. Close your eyes and look at the inside of your eyelids. Sometimes you see saints, pictures of saints, and you see them like this, don't you? Sure, you see them with their eyes closed sometimes, but you also see them looking up. Okay? You know something? I think they have found the meditative state, the objective state, where they can realize. Then they go out in the world, and they're a little bit detached. They're not so close to people, things, objects. They're in the world, but not of the world. Okay? And as they walk, and then they can realize things. Okay? The other day I was listening, the other morning, put the radio on. It was early in the morning, I put the radio on. There was a pastor talking. It was his sermon. It was he's on 5 days a week, and I was listening, and he had quite a few verses from the New Testament. Paul, I think. And I listened to the verse, and I realized, I saw what it means. And then there was another verse, and I saw it, and another. And in a lightning flash, those verses, in lightning flashes, I saw the deep meaning of them. and realized the truth of them and what they meant. Okay? And then later I looked at them later, and yeah, they were nice. But somehow I had realized, but that realization changes you. Those realizations, they somehow enter your being, and you become upgraded and changed for the better, changed, perfected. It's a process of perfection in God's light, being perfected in God's light. But the prize is that objective state. And that's what the meditation, the simple little meditation that I made, that's free, helps you to find. Okay? And there's a benefit. It helps you to get out of being lost in thoughts and worries and fears and all those negative, things. So I hope you enjoyed today's little talk about love and about realization and enlightenment and meditation.